Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another week of podcasts yet again. Thank you guys for tuning in on these. This means so much to me because my channel has grown so much, my blog has grown so much, and it's just been so fabulous and highly enjoyable. I love to sit in the corner of my bedroom and make these because it's just really nice having a conversation and giving you guys information of things that I think about or experiences that I've had. So I just kind of want to talk about, because now that I'm a private pilot, I just kind of want to elaborate on how this semester went, because now it's the end of the semester and it's hard to believe that it's already been 15 weeks and it's the end. It's the end of semester 2. And honestly, I still remember the first week of school. I still remember the first week of school like it was yesterday. I still remember walking through the bell tower. I still remember attending Thunder U. I still remember showing up to class on the first day, absolutely having no idea what I'm doing. But yeah, I still persevered and made it through semester 1. And I still remember my initial solo because that moment was just something that I can't forget. I will hold on to it forever and ever because there's nothing like your first pilot in command time of an aircraft, and it was 30 minutes, 3 takeoffs, 3 landings, but I did it in St. George, December 10th. And I look back on that and go, wow, I've come such a long way, and here we are in semester 2. But semester 2 just ended, so it's just so weird. But so semester 2, I just kind of want to briefly recap everything that happened. So semester 1 was solo. That was just initial solo, that was it. So semester 2 brought a towered solo, which is the one that I did in Henderson, Nevada, and that was a blast. So that was my first time transitioning through a Bravo, talking to air traffic control, talking to a tower. So approach, it was awesome. So with that being said, semester 2 also brought cross-country solos. So I got 5 hours cross-country solo time, and that was awesome. So my first cross-country solo was just up to Fillmore, so Cedar City, Fillmore, then Cedar City. And that was a rewarding experience because I got to do a couple of touch and goes up in Fillmore, full stops up in Fillmore. And so just really looking back on that and seeing how much I've changed over the course of time has been so awesome. And so then after the first cross-country solo, I was able to do 150 nautical miles up. So I did Cedar City to Delta to Fillmore, and then Fillmore to Cedar City. Full stop landings, I did a few of them, and it was absolutely beautiful. Seeing the snow-capped mountains and in the beautiful terrain below me, but I was really able to find peace, find happiness, and find love in the sky, because there's nothing like flying by yourself, especially on a solo cross country. Like it's unfathomable, and it's something that nobody really thinks about. So just revisiting those old memories and looking through my old flight plans and going, wow, now I'm a private pilot. This is so cool. But I also did have some solo maneuvers flights. So that's just where I would go out and work on, steep turns, ground reference maneuvers, all that fancy stuff. But this semester, and then I also had a night cross country with night landings up in Richfield, Utah, and that was quite interesting. I was definitely able to see the world from an entirely new perspective, and the stars in the sky, and it was so beautiful. Like, I would honestly say the best flight of this past semester was definitely my solo cross country, the 150 nautical mile one up to Delta, Fillmore, and then Cedar. That one was just, it was rewarding. It was a rewarding experience to see everything that I've learned, everything that I've been working towards is coming together. And without a doubt, it was not scary. It was not, like, being by myself in the plane was I had the most learning experiences by myself in the plane, because I realized that, this is amazing. This is what I want. This is what I truly, truly want. And it's so rewarding once your wheels land. Once your wheels touch the ground, and then once your wheels lift off the ground, it's beautiful. So, and then I had check ride. So, check ride was so rewarding. I have been a private pilot for a little over 2 weeks now, almost 3 weeks, and I look back, and all of everything that I went through, all of the studying, the countless hours, 25 plus hours a week, all of the homework, all of the stress, fatigue, sadness, even anger, all of it just like made it was worth it. Like, I have no words to describe where I'm at right now, because it was beyond worth it. Being a private pilot, I still can't believe it. I still have to hold this certificate up and go, am I really a private pilot? But then I see my name written on that, and I come to the realization that, oh my goodness, I am a private pilot. I'm a private pilot. Like, that is just so cool. Anyways, so something that I just want to share with you is, and I feel like I've shared it 1,000 times, but here we go again. No matter how much you think something is impossible, and no matter how much you want to give up, you can still do it. You can still, life takes a ton of energy, and life takes a ton of effort, work, faith, determination, effort, all that good stuff. But life isn't meant to be hard. Life isn't meant to be easy. It's meant to be hard. It's meant to be a challenge for us. And I think you may not see the bigger picture right now. Like, you may be going through something, and you may be wondering why. Why me? Why now? What? But in the end, you don't see the bigger picture. You don't see what's going to happen in the end. You don't see that, you're going to be holding a certificate. You're going to be holding the most important document of your life. Your private pilot certificate. That's the most important document that I have. Like, for me, it overpowers my birth certificate, because just how much, like, it's something I've yearned for my whole life. It overpowers my passport, because I just look at that and go, holy cow. Everything I've been looking forward to, everything I've been trying to accomplish my whole life has been done. And I'm on to step 2. I'm on to step 2, which is instrument. Then step 3, commercial. Step 4, CFI. Step 5, II. And I can't even fathom what's going to happen when I get to the final step of ATP, airline transport pilot. But what I truly want to get the point across is that nothing is impossible. Because think about it. The Wright brothers, I always go back to this one. The Wright brothers, how did they come up with flight? How did they understand lift? How did they make a bird that humans could fly? You know, humans, we don't have wings. We can't generate lift, but an airplane can. And so I just look back at the Wright brothers, how they had trial and error. They're just known for, building the plane, the first prototype to actually fly, and humans were in it. But in the end, nobody realizes how many trials and errors and things they had to go through, and the heartaches and probably the shunning, because everybody probably believed that it was fake. A lot of people probably didn't believe in them. A lot of people probably told them, you're not going to succeed because that's stupid. That's a stupid idea. And honestly, as a pilot, as a female, I have been told that. I've been told, you won't know. You're stupid. You can't. That's your dream? Really? What? You don't belong there. But guess what? I did it. And I'm doing it. And I'm doing it. This is huge. And so this semester has taught me that just because someone says something, just because someone does something, just because you feel like you're being held back, just because you are being held back, doesn't mean that you can't do it. So in the end, in all reality, life throws curveballs. Like, we are in the biggest game of baseball right now, and it's crazy. But that pitcher is going to throw curveballs at you all the time. And guess what? That pitcher is life, and it's going to be fine, because eventually the ball won't curve as much, and it'll be a straight line fast pitch, and you'll be able to hit a home run. And so I just kind of think of everything as an addition to the problem. In addition to step 1, you need to complete step 2. But step 2 may be step 10 first. Or step 3 may be step 1 first. So it kind of goes in a vicious cycle. But seeing where I am now, I just reflect back on day 1 and how much my landings have changed, how much my maneuvers have gotten better, how much self-confidence I've gained, and just how much, how much peace I have in life, and how many amazing miracles have happened. Because flying is not just a miracle, it's a huge miracle. And I think that, I highly look up to Amelia Earhart and the things that she's done for the world and for females in aviation. And I just look back and go, she was brave. She was so brave at her time. That period of time was horrible for females. And honestly, I could not have lived in that time. For lots of reasons. But she was brave. She was a brave soul. Same thing with Bessie Coleman, Jacqueline Cochran, even Rosie the Riveter. She didn't necessarily fly, but she maintained. And, it's just amazing to reflect back on all of these pioneers and then look at myself and go, wow, I'm also a pioneer in aviation. I'm also someone who is changing the world, who just added to that 7-8% of female pilots, who just added to, the bunch that's private pilot, that's a pilot in general. And so it's just such an honor to just look back and carry on some of these people's legacies. I look back at Amelia and I go, wow, that is amazing. Because, I would have had the courage to do it, but during that time, that would have been rough. because I don't want to live the normal life. I don't want to be a normal person. I've determined that I don't want to live the normal female life. I want a career, and I want to fly, and I want to travel. That's it. So, but I look back and I go, wow, look at the pioneers in the Navy, in the Air Force, in the, Army, in aviation, in law, lawyers. Things are moving forward, and things are moving forward fast. But a lot of times I feel as if things are overlooked, like things are being forgotten about. But let us remember these pioneers in aviation, the Wright brothers, Jacqueline, Amelia, Bessie, Rosie, and then you also have the more modern day pioneers of my favorite is Jessica Cox. She flies with no arms. And oh my goodness, if she can fly with no arms, then we can fly. Anyone can fly if they put their mind to it. And then you have all of these new people rising up and going to Oshkosh, fighting for a chance through AOPA, going through Women in Aviation, the 99s. You have these wonderful organizations that bring us all together, that help us find a place in the world, because aviation is a dwindling industry. And I just feel like I want to put this out there as a private pilot, and it's sad to see, because aviation's overlooked, overlooked. It's not a big deal in the world anymore. No one wants to do it. No one wants to fight for it. No one wants to stand up for us in this industry. People are harsh. People think that people shouldn't, when I would explain sometimes, a lot of times, the majority of times, people thought it was cool that I wanted to be a pilot. But then other times it was like, that's like, no, you can't do that. But I just think we need to be a little bit more encouraging to people who are in this industry, who want to join the industry, because honestly, there's so many opportunities here. There's so many amazing chances, and the viable opportunities are just amazing. And I have airplane posters all over my walls, and that's just to encourage me to keep going, because every time I look out my window, skies clear, cloudy skies, I just look up and go, that is my home. That is where I belong. I honestly don't belong on the Earth's surface. I belong in the sky. And I remember as a young human, I remember for hours and hours on end jumping on the trampoline, looking up at the sky, doing flips through the air, thinking, wow, this is amazing. I want to be up in the sky. And I remember swinging on the swing for countless hours, just dreaming of being in the sky. And I remember every moment of, dread when my feet would touch the ground. I wanted to be in the sky. And I had that vision. I had that determination. And that determination and vision got me here to where I am today. And it can get you to where you are, to where you want to be. But I also just kind of want to share that look up to people. It's okay. Find someone who inspires you and follow their footsteps, because you never know until you try. For me, in the beginning, I thought, yeah, I wanted to be a pilot. Yeah, I want to be a pilot. Oh yeah, let's do it. But did I really think I could? No. I was not 100% confident that I could do it. I just said, okay, I'm going to do it. And I held to that. I said, I'm going to do it. It'll be fine. I want this so bad. So I set forth and I did it. I didn't always believe that I could. There were moments that I thought, oh no, this is gonna be a drastic fall apart. But no, everything came together. But following Amelia Earhart's footsteps, following Charles Lindbergh's footsteps, set new challenges, set new goals, break a world record, add to the population of pilots, add to, females in aviation, add to, be a part of these organizations and do what you want. Because if you don't do what you want in life, then life is going to be miserable and sad. And I don't want to see that for anyone. And for me, my biggest thing here, and the biggest reason why I do my blog, is not because of attention. That is the last thing I want, personally. I do not want attention. But my biggest reason why I'm doing the blog is to help inspire others to do their passions, to do something that they didn't believe that they could do. I want to show the world that aviation is beautiful, that you can do anything that you put your mind to, even when things get tough. I want to show the ups and downs of aviation, because it's not perfect. It's the hardest industry out there. It's like harder than being a doctor, but honestly, it's so much more rewarding. And the 70, I have 70 hours flying in the sky. Like that is amazing. And I just want to, my blog is here to inspire others, to show others, aviation. Aviation is life, and anyone can do it. But I also want to show you that no matter your circumstance, you can do anything you put your mind to. And I'm an advocate for food allergies. Living with food allergies is miserable. Sometimes I feel like I can't eat anything. But honestly, there's so much good, and it's okay to have food allergies. I'm a gardening advocate in organics. I mean, it can't get better than homemade, honestly. And I want to prove to the world that when someone tells you you can't do something, when someone calls you names because of something, you can do it. You can do it. It's okay. You can do it. And honestly, my favorite, I listen to a lot of these motivation, clips or whatever, and a lot of them talk about their struggles. And I've had struggles here. I've had lots of struggles here. I've had, issues with flying. I've had, issues with food allergies. I miss being home. I miss doing this, going camping. I feel like sometimes I'm stuck here, but honestly, it's such a blessing in the end. When you look back and you hold that certificate in your hand and you look back at all the memories that are behind you, you're going to look back and go, wow, that was worth it. That was awesome. And I kicked butt and I did so good. But I just kind of want to provide this as a pep talk, I guess, because a lot of times I feel like people in the aviation community just kind of, I don't know, maybe lose faith a little bit in themselves and they don't see the bigger picture. And I can definitely attest to that, because when I was starting this semester, I was like, I don't know, this is crazy. But I just look back And I have such a grateful heart and such an amazing love for aviation. And I'll never quit. I'll never quit. I will get every single license and rating I possibly can just to prove that it's possible. And it's so rewarding. If you have a passion for the sky, pursue it, because every moment will be worth it, no matter what happens. Add to the percentage of pilots in the world. If you're a female, add to the females in aviation, because that's glorious. Like, to see this change, to see this, in work for your ATP. Don't stop at private. Don't stop at instrument. Work towards commercial. Go all the way to CFI. Go all the way to II. Get MEI. Get AGI. ATP. You have seaplane. You have glider, helicopter. Just never stop learning. Because in aviation, you can't stop learning. Every day is new. There's something that pops up that you didn't know before. But you always have to be willing to learn. Be open-minded and curious, because this industry is a combination of every single industry on this planet. You have lawyers, you have doctors, you have physicists, you have biologists, you have mechanics, you have weather, meteorology. You have, if you wanted to, you could work in some astrology there, like maybe for navigation. But you have so much as a pilot. You have so much in your hands. You have so many amazing experiences. And I say, please take them. Please absorb them. Please take them seriously and love your experiences, because experiences are what makes you a better pilot. It's not necessarily like the knowledge. You could have tip-top knowledge and not be a good pilot. But in the end, be willing to learn. Because if you're willing to learn, everything will come pretty easy. And everything will come on its own time. But just kind of in closing, to wrap up here again, but I almost felt awe-inspired to share all of this today, because, I'm actually on break in between semesters right now, and so I thought that I would film this a little bit early so I can have just a little bit of a break here. But as a newly inducted private pilot, I just want to tell the whole world one thing, and it's, you can do it. If you want something so bad, you're going to go after it and get it. Because, come on. But I just wanted to kind of add on to everything that I said and wrap up as, you can do it. You can do it. Amelia Earhart did it. Jessica Cox did it. The Wright brothers did it. Charles Lindbergh did it. I did it. So why can't you? And make your dreams come true, because life is way too short to beat around the bush, to wait, to do something that you don't want. Be there for yourself and encourage yourself. Find that encouragement either through a friend, a family member, maybe even just yourself. Watching YouTube, never stop furthering your education, because the reward is expellative. And so I hope you guys are having a great week, and I hope this video just kind of helped lift up some hopes a little bit. I've been asked a lot of questions about, flying stuff, and some concerns, and just like, oh, how did you get there? How did you get to being a private pilot? But Um, anyways, so be on the lookout for tons more content. I have a vacation coming up. Actually, I leave tomorrow, and so it's gonna be so much fun. And I hope you guys are enjoying life, having a good week. But please like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on the notifications. And have a wonderful week. I will see you on the next podcast. Cheers, and definitely have a good one.